Hi, and welcome to my defense of heretical beliefs for my theology class with Malcolm, week 8, assignment. Okay, let's get down to business. So, the three heretical beliefs that I have are adoptionism, which is we believe that the Father is the creator of all things, including the Son Jesus, and that he gifted Jesus with divinity in order that he might be able to redeem humanity from our brokenness, which is a heresy, which is obviously adoptionism. So heresy is not in line with what the Bible teaches. So we know that the Father is not above the Son and the Holy Spirit. So we know that from the Bible, and it teaches us that. And we can look at verses in the Bible that show the unity of the three. It's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So that's my first heretical belief. And fixing an orthodox position, like in terms of adoptionism. So adoptionism, it's important not to put one above the other, because that creates a standard for everyone else. So like when you, what's the word? When you put someone above someone else, it creates a precedent for someone of similar traits to be put above other people. And what Jesus teaches us in the book of Matthew is that unity is the most important thing. So you want to create that unity environment, and adoptionism is not the way to do that. So onto the second belief. So we believe that all humans inherit the stain of original sin and are also thus born inherently evil because of this, knowing nothing we can do is good, and in all of our works are like filthy rags until the point of true conversion. So that's Gnosticism. So Gnosticism is the study and teaching of flipping the roles of God and the devil. So what that does is makes spiritual things good and earthly things bad. And we know that earthly things can be good, but in the same sense they can be bad. So that in itself is a heresy. So we believe that all humans inherit the stain of original sin. Well, that's not true, because Jesus comes away to wipe our sin, and that's the orthodox teaching. But we still live here on the earth until Jesus' return, and we can abstain from sinning, and we can teach ourselves to live a holy life in the flesh. And that's why it's important that we aren't just spiritual, both in the church and in the world. So, and explaining how an orthodox position will lead to a healthier church life. So, as I said, you don't want the church to be so spiritual that they're no earthly good, and you don't want the church to be so earthly good that they're no spiritually good. So it's about finding that balance, and the Bible teaches that as well. You can't have more than one than the other, because the more, if you have an overbalance of either one, it creates instability. So, yeah. And the last heretical belief I have is modalism. So we believe that God is three: Father, Son, and Spirit, and that he reveals as each of these characters at specific times in history. The Old Testament is the era of the Father, the New Testament is the era of the Son, and today we now live in the age of the Spirit. Well, that's just, anyone who's done any biblical study can disprove that immediately, because you can see in the Old Testament and in the New Testament that the Bibles interact with each other. So the New Testament refers to the Old Testament, and the Old Testament refers to the New Testament in both of those things, and they have connecting points. The more that you read the Bible, the more that you'll discover this. So, it's relevant in a church context because it lets us discover more about God and about the Bible. So, and a definition of heresy, it's basically anything that takes away or adds to the truth of God. And orthodoxy is just the truth. So, obviously the Father's the creator of all things, but that doesn't mean that Jesus doesn't have as important role as the Father and is the same person, because they're united, like a family is united. So like my sister is an extension of myself, and my father is an extension of myself. We all inhabit the same genes, and we all are the same people, yet we have distinct, different functions. And it is true that all humans inherit the stain of original sin. But, as I said, you're taking that out of context because Jesus comes to redeem that sin and he takes it upon himself. So you can't leave these things out, and this is what these heresies do compared to orthodox thought. God is three, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. But, as I said, they're all an interconnected family as one being. So that concludes my talk on heresies for week 8. Thank you for listening, and I'm sorry that I was not at the class to do this speech in person. I just have a lot going on at the moment, and I hope that you will accept this video and listen to it and give it merit. Thank you. Bye.